Good afternoon. Today we're going to learn how to create an amortization table. So far, what we have learned is to compute for present values, future values. We have learned how to determine the annuity given a present value or a future value. And then we have learned how to use Excel to, in fact, compute for the rate, for the number of periods. And last meeting, what we did was to learn how to compute for the effective annual rate, EAR. We know that rates are given in nominal terms, which means that this is always assumed to be annual. Even if I don't say here annual, you always assume that the rate that's given is annual. And then when the interest is computed more than once, okay, which means it could be semi-annual, twice a year. Okay, then the future value that you'll be able to compute will be different if the compounding is only once per year. We learned that the more compounding per year, the greater will be your future value, and therefore, effectively, your annual rate will be, or what we call the EAR, effective annual rate, will be bigger, will be higher. So we learned how to compute this using the rate function in Excel, using the formula, which we identified last time as, okay, the nominal 1 plus the nominal rate divided by the periods per year, raised to the periods per year, minus 1 will give us the EAR, effective annual return. And then we can also use the effect function, very easy to use, which just requires two parameters. First is the nominal rate or annual rate, and then next is the number of periods per year. So this will give us the effective annual return. Okay, as an application, okay, Julio, yes, you have a question?
Yeah, sir, can I see the formula for future value?
Okay, sige. Future value is, we use FE there, and we gave the this values names first, no? Present value, annual rate, 30. So your future value is, your first ask for the rate, and the rate will be your nominal rate, but okay, you have to divide it by the periods per year. Now for annual, the nominal rate will be the same as the rate per year, because for annual you still have one period. Okay, so this was the formula that we used. The N per, this one, will be equal to the number of years multiplied by the periods per year, and then we skip the PMT because this is not an annuity. It's just the present value. It says the value now. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, and then you can just copy that down, except for this one. Okay, because for the continuous, this is the formula that we use. The present value times e to the RT. Okay, today we're going to complete this. No, we will not be able to finish this. We'll need another session to complete this. But you'll learn, and you'll have an assignment class. Unfortunately, you'll have an assignment, and that's to be submitted online also, due next Tuesday. Due next Tuesday before 2:30. Okay, you will have to post it in Canvas. I'll create a folder for you to post your individual. This is an individual work. I'll explain what will be the assignment in a while. All right. So before we fill in this table, before we start learning about how to generate an amortization table, may I invite your attention to the site that I gave you. Okay, first here, so this is from pag-ibigfund.gov.ph, frequently asked questions. Okay, so this tells us what a Pag-ibig housing loan is. So you may borrow up to 6 million. Okay, but of course, 6 million under very low rates. Okay, the Pag-ibig provides a very competitive rates compared to banks. and friendliest terms to help you fulfill your dream of owning a home. Okay, so there are certain qualifications. At least you should have deposited 24 monthly memberships. Okay, age should not be more than 65 at the date of application and not more than 70 at the date of maturity of the loan. Legal capacity. Okay, so these are the requirements. We're not really here to discuss the details about a pag-ibig loan. We would just want to be generally have an appreciation of what this government agency offers. Okay, and how much can I borrow? We said that the maximum is 6 million. Okay, but of course that will be assessed first before you can loan that amount. And so here are the steps in order to apply. We're not going to go into those details, but we're interested in the interest rates. Okay. So the interest rates as of January 2022 are this. So you notice that the longer the term, 30 years, for example, the higher will be the interest rate. And that's very consistent with the principle of risk and return. Since the government, since Pag-ibig is going to assume a greater amount of risk by lending for a longer period, then it will charge a higher amount of interest. Okay, so why don't we copy this? Okay, let's copy this to our worksheet, Control C, and then just maybe just in a new worksheet. Okay, just copy it here for reference. Okay, so this is the rates that a Pag-ibig charges. 10% is the biggest. Okay, the maximum loan is 6 million. Okay, so these are the details. All right, so okay, let's go to the other side that I shared with you. Okay, let's go here. So this is the other site that I shared in the chat. Okay, and it's a mortgage calculator with monthly amortization table. This will be part of your exam, so please pay attention to this one. So the purchase price, the market value is 5 million. You're going to loan a house worth 5 million, and usually you will not be able to loan the whole amount. You'll be given an equity. Usually it's 20%, 30%. Okay, let's just assume that it's 20%. So you will have to, it's like an initial down of 20%. So that means 1 million. So therefore, the loanable amount will only be 4 million in this case. And let's assume that you're going to borrow for 15 years. And what is the interest rate if the term is 15 years? Let's see. 15 years, so that's 8%. Okay, so we're going to use this. Had it been 20 years, it would have been 8.625%. Okay, so let's use 8% here. And then let's assume that the first payment is, okay, next month. Okay, so we're going to loan now. And so since it's let's suppose that the processing is very fast, so we'll be able to loan this month. So since this is annuity due, annuity ordinary, the payment will be next month. Yes, which month?
Sir, paano niyo po nakuha yung table, yung sa Pag-ibig po?
Dito, yung site na to. Sige, let me share it again for those of you who were not able to get it. So sa chat, yan. Are you referring to the rates?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tapos question number 6. Kasi ano yan parang FAQ,
Okay.
frequently
Thank you,
asked
sir.
questions. Okay, all right. So ito yung rates natin, ano? Okay, balik tayo dito. So that's what we use, 8%. And let's assume we're going to loan now. Okay, so since this is annuity ordinary, let's assume na mabilis yung processes, no? And makukuha kagad natin yung loan now or tomorrow. So that means that at the end of the month, let's just assume na October 1 yan, no? Para to simplify things. So at the beginning of, at the end of October, which is the beginning of November, yun ay first payment natin, November 2022. Okay, so we can have it shown by year, but let's have it shown by month. Kasi ang amortization, ang loan sa pag-ibig, or for that matter, any real, any consumer goods, kunyari kotse, or whatever, no? Usually monthly yan kapag they allow installment, no? Amortization. Okay, so let's have it shown by month. Calculate. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is the plot and this is the computation which the pag-ibig amortization calculator gives us. Let's just have a quick study of this. So here you have your total monthly payment. So this is the annuity. Annuity siya kasi monthly we're going to pay equally, no? Equal amount. So monthly you'll be paying 38,226. So since every month we're going to pay 226 for 15 years, so that's 180 months, then this is considered as an annuity. All in all, if you add all the payments, okay, but of course this violates the time value of money, but it's okay. We just want to get the absolute value of the amount that we paid in nominal terms. So that's 6,880,695. And then the payoff date. So by November 2037, you should have paid off your loan. Now, if you take a look at this table, okay, so bakit siya December nagsimula? Di ba? First payment date November. Okay, tapos okay, ang ibig sabihin nito, nag-loan tayo ng November. So ang first payment will be, okay, gawin natin iba yung pagkagamit na dito. Let's make this October so that the first payment will be on November. Okay, calculate natin again. All right, so November na yung first payment. We loaned it on October, and since this is an annuity ordinary, the first payment will be due on the 1 month after our loan. Okay, so ito, makikita natin dito yung payment, principal, and then interest, and then our principal balance. So up to hanggang sa dulong-dulo, October, all right? October, so by October, kasi November tayo una nagbayad, October 2037, paid off na tayo. So that was our last payment, okay? And then our balance was now, at that time, October 2037 will be zero already. Okay, and then we added all the principal payments, 4 million. Of course, we expected that yung 4 million kasi yun talaga yung principal na babayaran natin. And then the interest is 2880. Kaya nga pag inad mo tong 4 million at saka 2880, the total is 6880. Okay, so ang laki din ng interest, no? Okay, and then magandang mag-sensitivity analysis dyan. What if 10 years lang yung kukunin mo loan? Siyempre, tataas ng monthly payment. Pero, liliit naman yung interest natin. So, you can experiment with that. Okay, and then there's a plot here. So, this plot is now the yearly computation. Notice yung green dito, yung principal payments. If you notice, the principal payments is increasing over time. Okay, sa simula, tingnan nyo to, 2022, ang payment sa principal lang napakaliit. Yung sa interest malaki. In the first few years, payments for interest is quite high until such a point na mas malaki na si principal payments. Why? Why? The lower the ending balance is, the lower will be the interest. So if you take a look at this, di ba? Yung interest natin, itong 53 na to is just the sum. Yung black na to, it's just the sum for the year. But you notice the interest expense, it's going down every month. 26,667, 26,590, 26,512, 26,434. It goes down because the ending balance of the principal goes down also. Okay, and what happens is that the principal payment increases. Okay, so your assignment will be to create this table, okay, based on our problem, and then create this plot. So you will create a monthly plot, okay, a column plot of your superimposed ng principal at saka yung interest, syempre magkaiba yung kulay. And then here your balance, principal balance. So to be submitted on Tuesday, 2:30 before start of classes. Okay, so let's discuss first how do we create an amortization schedule using Excel. Okay, so let's go here and let's go to amortization. Okay, so we're tasked to prepare a monthly amortization schedule for a house loan from Pag-ibig given the following data. Okay, so let's have 5 million. This is the value. Let's change this market value of house. Okay, it's not the loan. No? Market value of the house is 5 million, but let's say the Pag-ibig requires 20% down payment or equity, which means yung down na yan, guys, dun it will not go to Pag-ibig, no? Ibig sabihin nun, ang malulong lang natin is 4 million. Okay, so 5 million multiplied that by 1 minus a 20%. Okay, let me. Okay, so the amount to be financed, or this will be the principal, right? So maybe let me change the market. Okay, I'm going to put them together. I'll change the name because we're going to create names from here, named range. So this is the down payment. And let's call this loan amount. Okay, I'm changing the name so that there will be no spaces. Okay, and we'll call this annual rate. And let's call this, shortcut na lang natin pangalan, number, years, and then let's not put a space in between para yung pangalan niya wala nang underscore, and periods. Let's call this periods per year. Then let's call this monthly amortization. Okay. All right. The reason being, I'm going to make this as the names of these cells. Kasi kanina kung mahaba tapos may mga spaces, then automatically Excel will put an underscore there for the names, and it doesn't look good kung may mga underscore pa. Okay, the annual rate is, as we saw, it's 8%. Okay. The number of years is 15, and periods per year, this is a monthly amortization. So, okay, I'll give you now 1 minute to please compute for the monthly amortization. You should be getting, okay, let's go back to our table. You should be getting this. No? So let me copy this. Let me put it here. Okay, so the monthly amortization should be 38,226. Please peg it to decimal places. Okay, so kindly key in the formula here, and then please chat. Please write it in the chat box. Direct it to me first, so that your classmates will not see your formula, so that they'll also share their formulas. Okay, share it to me only. Okay, kindly do that. Okay, what will be the function to use, class? Anyone? What will be the function to use? You should know that by now, class. Anyone, please? Function to use is hinahanap natin yung monthly amortization. Ang ilo-loan natin 4 million, diba? 8% yung annual rate. 15 years yan. Yes, correct. Thank you, Arman. Paki-share sa lahat. Yeah, thank you, Arman. You're correct. PMT yan, guys. Kasi ang hinahanap sa atin yung amortization di ba? Yung monthly amortization. Okay, so sige. Once you get it, you should get 38,226. But as the time expires, I'll give you 1 minute. If you didn't get this, I'll also ask you to please share your answer to me so that we can discuss kung saan kung saan dapat ayusin yung formula. Okay. Timer starts now. 1 minute, please. Or 2 minutes, sige. Baka you need more time. If you're done, kindly chat to me the formula. To me first, please. Kamusta? Ladies and gentlemen, wala pa natatapos. Andre, it doesn't matter. Okay? Huwag nyo nalagyan ng dollars, no? Kasi ito yung default yata to ng dun sa ano. Pesos tayo. Pesos tong value. And, don't format na, huwag nyo nalagyan ng peso. No submission yet? Waiting for your answer, guys. Okay, a few more seconds and then I'll ask you to share your formula, correct or not correct. Even if the result is wrong, it doesn't matter. I want to see your your formula. I want to see you share your function. I'll give you a few more seconds, 30 seconds. Okay, thank you, Rafi. Okay. Kindly indicate pati yung ano, isama niyo yung ano, include also the final answer that you're getting. What final value are you getting for the monthly amortization? Rafi, kindly, please. Okay, good. Thank you. So the others, please. Even if your answer is not the same as 38226, kindly just share your formula, and we'll discuss where you need to change the formula. Okay. So only Rafi so far has submitted. Thank you, Rafi. How about the others? Waiting for your contribution, your feedback, your answers. $30 more, guys, please. Si Rafi pa lang nagsasubmit, no? It doesn't matter, class, if you didn't get the correct answer. It doesn't matter. We will learn from your formula. What's important is that you tried to do it. And if you're not getting 38226, it doesn't matter. There are 30 of you here, guys. Only one has submitted. How about the rest? Yeah, it's okay, Andre. Please, but please share your formula, please. No problem with whatever value you got. I just want to see the formula that you used. Hello, guys. I'm getting slow response from you, from your end. Please submit your answers now so that we can move on and analyze whatever answer you got. Doesn't matter. That's part of the learning process. Hello. Please submit your answers now. Okay, thank you, Lance. D14. Okay, so you inserted something at D14. What was your answer, Lance? Si Andre, hindi naman nilagay yung formula niya. Pakilagay, Andre. And class, only 3 of you has ano. Okay, so we have here Mon. That's okay. 584. Okay, thank you. Thank you. As I said, class, it doesn't matter whatever answer you got, please. That will be a part of our analysis now. Please include your answers, your final answer. Okay, unfortunately I'm getting a very, very low response rate from you class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 6 students. Only 6 students responded out of 30. So that's a very low 20% participation. How about the others? Did you not even attempt to answer, class? Kasi anim lang yung sumagot eh, out of 30. So it can only mean a few things. Number one, you're not using Excel now to do your work. Okay, or you're somewhere else, or just maybe you're just using your phone. Okay. So wala nang feedback, class. Hindi mo lang tayo naka 50%. To be honest with you, class, medyo disappointed ako sa turnout ng response natin. Thank you for those who gave answers, their formulas, no? Kahit na mali. So, sino-sino sila? Okay, let me acknowledge them. Later on, I'll ask your names. No? Si Rafi. Okay. Andre you did not give your formula. So, si Rafi, si Lance. So, si Castillo, 3. Armand, 4. Okay, apat. Apat, guys. Okay,
Sir, I
so
private message dito a while ago po, yung what I did to
Sino?
get that number.
Sino?
Andre po.
Andre. Yeah, but I was looking for the formula kasi. Okay, so those of you who sent your formula, you'll get +3 in the first quiz. Okay? So ano na lang anyway, andito na sa akin yung +3 in the first quiz, and guys, kakailanganin yun kasi may plus pa kayo nung isa nung una, di ba? So +3 ulit to. Okay, so for your efforts, for your participation. Kasi konti lang yung magpa-participate eh. I don't know what you're doing there. So it's either you're doing something else or you're not. Sana guys mag-participate kayo kasi kailangan nyo to kasi malapit na exam natin. And mind you guys, pag Excel, pag mga problems, it's not that easy. It's a bit challenging kasi nga you're combining the use of the tool at saka yung analysis. So it pays really to practice. Okay, I think one of you got the correct answer. Let me see, sino ba yung nakatamang answer? Okay, si Armand. Armand, can you share your screen now? And can you explain what you did?
Sure, I can share my screen.
Pero kinompute mo? How did you get the answer, Arman? Kasi nagulat ako na may names ka na, hindi pa na names. Hello, Arman?
Sir, I searched for it po.
Searched for it. Pero binigyan mo na ng pangalan yung ano, cells natin. We haven't done that.
Yes, sir. Nakalagay rin po.
Nakalagay.
Yes, sir. I
Sige,
can send the link.
sige, send mo na lang yung link. Tingnan natin.
Alright,
Let's
sige.
sige, tingnan natin yung link. And then maybe we can learn from that, no? Okay, so thank you, Armand. Kindly chat the link. Okay, so let's see itong inang ni Armand. Control C. Okay. Let's try, everyone. Let's try to see what. Okay. Excel. Ito yung pangalan. Okay. All right. Okay. So you can use this as a reference. Okay, but let's work on our own model. Okay. So the monthly amortization class, we know that this is equal to negative PMT. PMT muna. Is equal to PMT. When you're asked for the monthly amortization, it's always PMT. Let me increase the size. Yeah. Is equal to PMT. All right. Now the rate is 8%. And we learned last time that 8% is a nominal rate. It's the annual rate. However, how is the transaction being conducted? Is it annual, or are there should be compounding on a non-annual basis? The compounding is 12, right? So this means 12 times a year. And if you recall from our discussion last time, your rate will depend on the number of compounding. It's 8% if it's only compounding once a year. But if we're compounding it on a monthly basis, therefore, how much will be our rate? Our rate will be 8%. And what class? What will be our rate? 8%, then 8%, then yes, Ramon,
Divided by 12 po.
correct. Okay, divide by 12. Okay, that 8% will be for the whole year. So if it's monthly compounding, then we divide the 8% per month. So 8% divided by 12, comma, the M-per will now be not 15 years. Okay, so since this is monthly, it will be 15 multiplied by 12. So that's 180 months. Okay, and then comma, what will be our present value? Our present value is our loan amount. This one. Right? But what we can do, sorry, I forgot. Let's first highlight this. Okay, and then let's give the names to the cells beside this. Control Shift F3. So the names are on the left column. Okay, so that it will be easier for us to compute. Okay, so again, we use PMT function. And the rate is your annual rate, right? Divided by your periods per year. Comma. Okay, then N-per will be number of years multiplied by periods per year. Okay, and then comma. Our PV is our loan amount. Okay, and comma, no future value, comma, type, end of the period. So we can type 0 or ignore that so that our parameters will only be up to loan amount. So take a look, please, at our PMT. So annual rate divided by the periods per year, and then the number of years multiplied by periods per year. That will be the total number of NPER. And then what will be our present value, loan amount, this amount, no future value. And then since this is annuity ordinary, we type 0. Or it's just the same as ignoring this. You can, it's okay not to type those things. Okay, but let me just let it stay there. And I expect to get a negative answer because our loan amount is positive. Okay, it means that this is a loan, positive, and then every month I'll be paying. Your PMT will be negative. So I'll just make it a positive value, negative PMT. All right, so we got 38,226.0. Let me flash the formula and entertain some questions. Okay, may question ba dito? None? Okay. All right, any questions? Okay, so may I request you to please chat in the chat box kung ano na nangyari, guys, kung nakasunod ba kayo, if you were able to follow the formula for annuity. Thank you. All right, thank you. So for the rest, I hope you're able to follow. Good. Okay, so I'm sorry I wasn't able to look at your formulas, but I saw that many of you did not use the effective rate, no? The effective rate, which means if it's monthly, then we will have to divide the annual rate by 12. Okay. All right, and the period will change. It's the number of years multiplied by the periods per year. So the rate changes, the rate decreases, the rate is decreased. It's prorated by the number of periods. And then the number of periods, on the other hand, will periods per year. And on the other hand, the number of periods increases. Okay, any questions? See. Second lang guys, inom lang ako. Okay. So, same na, no? Same. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Good. All right. So you should have gotten this. Now, how do we now prepare the amortization? How do we prepare the amortization? Now we will need to. Okay, so let's insert. Mamaya na yan. Okay, ito na muna. So we need to list here the month. Actually, that's the index. No? So we start with month 0. And then we have to list how many months. 15 times 12, that's 180. So we need to list here 180 months. Now there are several ways to do this, a long way and the short way. I think I taught you already the shorter way to do this. So how do we do a short way to list from 0 up to 180? So you may wish to do this 1, 2, establish a pattern, and then highlight those cells and then drag down. Okay, when you drag it down, okay, you'll see that it will follow the pattern and write the consecutive numbers until 180. It's okay to do that if the data is short. I mean, only up to a certain number. But when we're writing a series, let's say 100,000, and that will take long. So hindi siya maganda kung mahaba yung series natin. So what's the best way to do this? Quick way is home, and then here in editing, andito yung fill. No? Fill, let's click this, and then series. I think I taught this to you before already. Fill, and then series, and then we want the series to be in columns. Pababa. No? The trend, the step value is 1, which means increments of 1, which is what we need because 0 to 1, 2, 3, it will increment by 1, and then the stop value is 180. So make sure you are here at month 0. So we're asking Excel to increment by 1 until it reaches 180. So okay, there you go. So that should be 180. Okay. Okay, once again, I'll pause and kindly please, okay, chat class, if you were able to get the correct answer. I mean, if you were able to list down from 0 to 180. Okay, thank you. Okay, sige, tuloy natin. No? Okay, salamat. Okay, very good. I appreciate your fast response. Okay, kasi we are able to save on time if you respond quickly. Okay, good. Salamat class. Thank you. Okay, so we can now fill this up. Okay, let's check if these are cells have meaning. I have names, market value, down payment. So often, class, it's best to write the name that you would like to use as a name for your cells. Okay, in this case, let's take a look at this. So this is monthly amortization, periods per year. We wrote the text in such a way that this is exactly what I want to be named for this particular cell. So sometimes you may put there may be let's say spaces in between. When you do that, Excel, as I said before, will automatically put an underscore because you can only give one whole name, no spaces for a particular cell. That's why here we purposely did not anymore put a space between down and payment. Okay. All right. So for month 0, since this is an annuity ordinary, we will not pay yet. After we loan 4 million, then no payment yet, no interest payment. We will not yet pay 38,226. So there will be no interest payment, no principal payment. And at the end of the first month, month 0, the month end principal will be 4 million. Okay, right? Still 4 million. Why still 4 million? Because we haven't paid anything. The payment will start now the following month. Okay, so that's month 1. So now the question is, how much of this payment, 38,226, this is what we're going to pay every month, how much of that will be allocated for the interest? Magkano yung pupunta sa interest? Okay, at saka magkano yung pupunta sa principal? So any guess, guys? Any suggested answer for this interest? How much will go to interest? The interest class will always be based on the month-end principal. Okay, so I saw a raise of hands. Okay, somebody was raising his hand. Sino siya? Anyone? Okay, Mon?
Sir, yes lang po.
Yes, sige.
Yung interest po ba na is yung sa monthly amortization po?
Monthly amortization. Okay, monthly amortization will be the amount that we're going to pay, no? 38,226. Itong 38,226 na to, this will not go to the reduction of principal. Okay? Hindi lahat yan bayad dun sa utang natin, sa principal, sa loan amount natin. Yung iba dyan, interest muna yon. Okay, so ang tanong, magkano yung interest? Okay, at the end of month 0, ang utang natin 4 million. So ang computation ng interest will be based on kung magkano pa yung balance natin. Ang balance natin is 4 million, right? Alam mo, nakita akong nag-chat. 8%, okay? Thank you, Sherwin. Okay, the basis of the interest will be the month-end principal. Kasi syempre, pag may interest ka, may rate ka, dapat alam mo kung saan natin ipapataw yung rate na yon. Okay, as I said, ang basis ng interest natin will be the previous. So at the end of month 0, ito yung principal natin. Ito yung utang natin. So this is the one that will be charged interest. So the interest will be the previous month-end principal multiplied by, what's our interest? Our interest is your annual rate. Yun, di ba? Annual rate. Okay. And then what do we do with this annual rate? Class, you know what to do with that? Kasi annual rate yan eh. Yung interest ba, does it accrue every year? Hindi, di ba? It accrues every month. So dapat yung interest natin, okay, yes, Mon?
Will be divided by 12 po.
Yes, correct. Thank you. Thank you. We'll divide it by 12, the periods per year. Yan. Okay, so ang interest rate natin, effective rate natin will be 8% divided by 12. Sorry, ito yun, no? And then, imo-multiply natin siya sa balance natin. So, control enter. So, this will be the interest, 26,667. Okay. So, ang mapupunta sa principal, ito, importante ito kasi ito yung ibabawas natin sa balance natin. So, how do we compute for the principal? What will be deducted from the principal? It will be equal to the total amount paid. Ano ba yung total amount paid natin? Ito, di ba? Yung monthly amortization natin, 38,226. Ima-minus natin kung magkano man yung pupunta sa interest. Okay, so in other words, guys, parang allocation yan. Yung 38,226, a portion of that will go to interest payments. A portion of that will go to principal payments. We would want the principal payments to be higher. Okay? Kasi yung principal payments, ibabawas yan sa principal balance, no? And alam natin kasi yung interest payment naka-based sa principal balance. So the higher the principal balance, the higher will be our interest. Okay? So for the first month, okay, halos ano lang, more than 26, 40, halos 26 over 4, halos 40%, no? More than 40% ang pupunta sa interest. Ang sa principal, konti lang. Ay, mali. Sorry. So, halos 70% pala. I was wrong. 26,000 out of 38,000 interest payment yun. Okay? Yung sa principal, 11,000 lang out of the 38. Okay? All right. So, ang total nito, of course, 38,226 yan. Kasi yan ang binabayad natin every month. So, some of that will go to interest. Siyempre, dapat kikita din yung nagpautang. Some will go to principal payments. Therefore, ang month-end principal natin after the first month will be yung 4 million na balance natin, kaya ima-minus natin yung magkano ibabayad sa principal. Okay. So now, at the end of the first month, our month-end principal is now 3.998440. Malamay nag-chat. Interest, Nicole, what do you mean here? Okay, you mean this one? Okay, I'll flash this. Okay, So that's how we compute for the interest. No? Whatever the principal balance is of the previous period. Yan. And then we multiply it by the interest rate. However, since this is monthly, dapat i-divide natin lang siya ng 12. Okay? And then we get 26,667. Did that answer your question, Nicole?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, compare muna natin class dun sa sa unang values dito. Okay, here. Ayan. Let's just copy this. Control C para ma-compare lang natin. Tingnan natin kung pareho yung. Okay, let me just copy it here. Okay. So dito, ang lumalabas, principal payments siya, no? 11,559. Pareho tayo. Interest payment, 266,667, pareho. And then the principal balance, 3,998,441. Naka-round off kasi ito. Pareho. Okay, so we got it. No? We got the first line correct. Is it okay? Okay, principal. Sige, sure. Sure. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you asking questions. No? You mean here, Nico? This one?
Sir, yung katabi po ng interest sana.
Sorry.
I wasn't
Yeah.
able to get it kanina. I just need to
Okay.
copy it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate, guys, your question. Please ask questions kasi we want you to follow along as we. Kasi kung hindi nyo kung na-miss yan, then hindi kayo makakasunod. Okay. Miko, did that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So kasi magkano babayaran natin every month? 38,226. We will subtract interest para kung ano yung natitira, dun papasok yung yung principal. Which incidentally, I think I forgot to discuss this. I'm sorry about this. So dito yung green, guys, yung binayad sa principal. You notice at the onset, sa simula ng mga sa early years, mas malaking binabayad sa interest. That this yellow columns. And then over time, okay, pag nababawasan na yung principal balance, lumiliit na yung interest. Diba? Kasi yung interest based on the principal balance. Ang pinakamalaking interest yung sa unang-una, no? Kasi ang principal balance on 4 million. All right? So you notice this is the yearly computation for the principal, for the interest, and for the balance. So this will be your assignment, guys. This table and this plot, okay, to be submitted on Tuesday. So pay particular attention to this. So dito, dalawang plots, no? Yung stock column ng principal at saka ng interest at saka yung balance. Ito yung balance. Okay, notice the ending principal balance, of course, it decreases over time. Kasi bayad tayo ng bayad dun sa bayad tayo ng bayad dun sa para sa principal. Okay. All right, let's go back here. Okay, so the following month, i-compute na naman natin interest natin. So what will be the interest? Again, our interest will be magkano ba yung how much is our principal balance at the end of the previous month. So hindi na yung 4 million, nabawasan na kasi yung principal natin. 3,998 na. So i-multiply ulit natin to ng rate natin na 8% and then divide it again by 12. So ganun lang. No? Yan. So the interest will be whatever the ending balance was times the annual rate divided by the monthly amortization. And this gives us, ano nangyari dito? Ba't ganun? F15, correct? Mali yung not monthly amortization. Periods dapat, no? Periods per year, 12. Control Enter. There. So, nabawasan yung interest. Bakit? Kasi nabawasan yung monthly natin. Pero konti lang. But over time, guys, lalaki na babawas sa principal. Kasi lalaki yung principal amount eh. So, liliit yung interest natin. How much will be paid to the principal? Again, the same. How much is your monthly amortization minus how much was paid to interest. Yan. Okay? Control Enter. So notice tumaas na ng konti yung principal payment natin, no? And then how much will be the month and principal? Principal and at year month 1 minus the principal payment month 2. Okay, let me pause for a while, class. Any questions about any questions about the formula? Okay, para mas mabilis tayo, guys. Okay, Migs, what's your question?
Sir, how do you get the month and principal again?
This one?
Yes, sir.
This one? Okay. The month and principal, okay. Simula mo na to, no? Will be the previous month and principal minus kung ano ibabayad mo for the principal for this particular month. So dito, ang month and principal natin will be how much was your month and in the previous month minus magkano ibabayad natin for the principal in the current month. Okay?
Sir.
Okay,
Thank you,
good.
sir.
Thank you. All right. So you notice, class, na itong formula na to, yung mga formula dito sa interest, which is the previous month and times rate divided by the periods per year, is the same as this one. Yung principal din dito, which is yung monthly amortization minus the interest, okay, will be the same as this one. And then the month end principal will be the previous month and minus the principal payment of this month. Okay, that will be the same as this one. Pareho lang siya. Okay, so itong mga formulas natin dito is the same as the formulas here. Okay, so I can delete this now and I can just highlight this. And since may mga numbers dito sa tabi dito, no? I can now just double click this, double click, and then I get now the whole process up to month 180. There. And if you can see, ang principal natin, by the time we get to month 180 is already 0 na siya. Okay, so let me give you a few seconds to do okay, Miko, Chloe, question mo pa rin to?
No, sir. Okay na po.
Okay na, o sige. Okay, thank you. All right. So, chat ulit guys ha, kung I appreciate you asking questions. That's what I really want, no? Because it tells me one thing, two things actually. You're interested to learn, and then you're following along with the lesson. So thank you so much. Really appreciate your questions. Okay, so paki-chat na lang please kung if you got already the whole amortization schedule. Ito na yon. Ito na yan, guys. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's wait for the others to give their feedback kung nakuha nila. And if you have questions, please feel free. You can unmute yourself, raise your hand so that I know that you're asking a question. Okay. Okay, when I double click, it doesn't fill up properly. Okay, sige. Ulitin natin ha. Sino nag-ask ng question na yun? Who asked the question? Okay, Rafi. Okay, Rafi, may mga ano ka na ba? Andito na yung mga ano mo? Yung mga months nakalagay na?
Yes, sir. My values are complete for the months and also for the
Okay.
first
For the first. Okay, so tanggalin ko ulit to ha. Just the first. So dapat highlight mo to, no? Highlight mo. So dapat tama yung mga formulas mo dito ha. And then go to the lower right here. Kikita mo yung crosshair na yan.
Yes, sir.
And then double click mo lang. Left click, no? Yeah, that should already fill up your cells. Did you get it? Check mo nga ulit, Ralph.
Sir, it filled up, but for the rest of them, it's like all hashtags and all zeros. I'm not so sure. But
Okay, siguro. Baka try to increase the size. Baka yung width ng column mo.
Okay, sir. Sure.
And then tell me please if it showed already. Okay na? Ralph, did you get it?
So increasing the column width only worked for the month and principal, but for
Sige. Let's do this. Okay. Sa chat, saan ba yung participants? Saan na yung ano? I'll make you... Show screen pala. Okay. Raf, can you show your screen? Pwede ba? Makikita ba namin o hindi?
right, sir.
Sige, I'll stop share. Let's see how we can resolve your... Okay, thank you. Okay, okay. So sa formula to. Sige, check natin yung formula mo. Alright, so first go to interest. Let's check your formula. Ibig sabihin mali yung formula mo. So this is, hindi mo binigyan ng pangalan.
Sir, I wasn't able to give the names because for Mac, the function is different. So
Okay.
I tried sticking with just the basic column numbers.
Alright. So ito guys, sa Mac, try to see Rafa next time kung paano magbigay ng pangalan. Any Mac user here? Class?
So I think a lot are also on Mac.
But anyone?
May nakaalam na.
Baka may nakaalam na guys kung paano magbigay ng pangalan sa Mac. Alam ko meron din. No? Kasi may mali yung formula dyan. No? Okay, sige. So let's do this. No? Let's go to interest. So F2 mo nga. Command F2 ba yan sa Mac?
So command F. No, sir, it's not.
Function F2, paano ba yan?
Function F2.
Para mapakita yung formula dun sa cell mismo. Ayan, okay. Anong ginamit mo? Function F2?
Sir, just double click the cell.
Okay, sige, double click lang. Okay, so that's F14 times B7. Okay, yung B7 mo, dapat i-fix mo siya. Highlight mo siya.
All right, sir. Hold on, sir. I'll try to do. Someone told me about
The name.
about the command, so I'll try to do it on my own first.
Okay. Let's see, why don't you do that now para makita natin?
Okay.
Kasi ibig sabihin mali yung formula mo. Do that later na lang, do that yung command na lang ng do that later. Ito na lang gagawin natin muna ngayon. So B17, highlight B17 muna. This is also a good learning for the class. B17, highlight that. And then F4 mo nga siya. Pwede bang F4 dyan sa map?
Sir, F4 doesn't work. I think it's gonna.
Okay,
F-
so
John.
B17 siya, no? B17. Tapos sige, i-type mo na lang dollar. I-dollar mo yung B, no? Dollar B. Dollar B. Tapos 17 dapat yan.
17, sir.
17. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're fixing. Okay, sorry. Hindi pala dollar B, $17. Sorry, $17. And explore nyo guys, Mac users, kung paano nag-fix yung sa F4 sa Windows. Explore nyo kung paano gawin sa Mac. $17. $17. Okay, this will now fix your row 17. And then yung divide by 12, class, as much as possible, do not put absolutes sa formula. Yan, divide B9 dapat. Kasi paano kung gawin natin monthly, semi-annually? Hindi na mag-work yung formula nyo, di ba? Wait, B7 pala. And tapos, Ralph, balik sa formula. Double click. Yung B9 mo, gawin mo ring $9. Kasi dapat hindi tayo aalis sa row 9. Okay? Alright. Then go to the principal. Go to principal. Double click mo. Okay. So B10. Bakit B10? Saan nanggaling B10? Okay. And then B10 dapat $10. Minus D15. Okay. Tama yan. Wag mo i-fix si $15. Kasi gusto natin i-copy yung formula pababa. Dapat magbago din si row 15. Okay, and then next, that's a principal. And then next, that will be F14, correct, minus E15. Yan, tama yan. Sige. Alright, highlight mo na yung una. Okay lang yan. I don't mind that. Masasapawan na lang yan.
Oh, sir, I don't need to delete it now.
No more. Highlight mo na lang yung tatlo. Double click mo. Yan. Okay.
There we go. Thank you, sir.
Yan na. Pero bakit ano? Wait bakit yung principal mo hindi nagbabago? Bakit?
The method to fix it more. Is it $10?
$10, tama yan, minus D15. Okay, punta ka nga sa sa E5. Punta ka sa E5. Kasi hindi na nagbago yung 1167 mo. E5. Enter mo yan. Enter mo. E5. E5. E6. Sorry, mali. E17 pala. E18.
So here.
Double click mo. That's B10 minus D18. Tama. Okay. Sandali. Ulitin natin yung interest, no? Parang mali yung interest natin. Sige. Ulit ka sa D, Sige. So, F14, tama, no? Times B $7, 8% divided by B $9. So, when I copy this down, okay. So, sige, baba ka pa. Baba. Punta ka dyan sa anywhere there, sa row 13. Yan. Double click mo nga. F26, okay. Alright. May mali tayo dito sa Sige, akyat ulit, sorry. Punta ka ulit sa principal. So that's B $10, no? Minus D15, tama. Okay, punta ka sa column F. Yan. F14 minus D15. Baba nga ulit. F14. Ay, mali. Sorry, mali. Bakit natin, sorry. Punta ka ulit sa sa unang principal month end yan. Okay, dapat walang dollar yan. Kasi dapat bababa din yan eh. Okay. Yan, tama na yan. Sige. Highlight mo ulit yung unang interest. Yan. Sige, double click mo yan. Sige. Okay na yan. Okay. Alright, go down, Raf. Sige. Notice na nag-ano na, zero na sa dulo yan. Sige, hanggang dulo. Okay, good. Alright, so thank you so much, Raf, for that question. Share screen ulit ako, Okay. Alright. So I hope you got this, guys. Okay, if we check, go below. Guys, let's get the totals. Okay, alt equal to, and then let's copy this to the right. Okay, chat. Okay, sure, guys. I appreciate your questions. No? Huwag kayo mahiya, guys, magtanong, no? And I'm sure your classmates won't mind kasi natututo din sila. So we saw, guys, another way to do this. If you didn't use the names, guys, then you will have to learn how to use the dollar sign. Okay, para makuha natin, no? Okay, kasi sabi natin yung pag using dollar sign means fixing it. The advantage of giving it names is that it serves, if you gave it a name, pag ginamit natin yan, tapos kinapi natin yung formula, talagang hindi na tayo magda-dollar, no? Kasi fixed na talaga yun. So for Mac users, make sure that you know how to give names to cells. I'm sure meron yun. Kasi marami na akong naging estudyante na Mac users na wala namang problema sa named ranges. All right. So, okay. Chloe, yes. Chloe, what's your question?
Sir, how do we get the total po ulit?
Okay, total. Okay, so below. Okay, ang shortcut, I'm not sure sa Mac, alt equal to. Alt equal to. So, shortcut lang yun ng sum, no? Okay? Tapos i-copy mo lang dito, no? Okay, Chloe, did you get it?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. If not, kung ayaw, pwede naman i-type na is equal to sum and then highlight mo na lang. Okay, so the total principal payment will be the loan amount, 4 million. Dapat equal yan, guys. No? Kung may discrepancy, may mali sa natin, amortization table. And the total interest is 2.88 million. So ang laki ng interest talaga. No? Siyempre, the lender, in this case, pag-ibig, has to earn money din. Kasi may cost yung pera. Okay, so I have a few more minutes here. Now, ang gagawin ko, class, kasi dun sa unang section na nagawa namin to, no? So, year, kailangan natin tong year, tapos yung kailangan natin, para i-plot natin to, kailangan natin yung year, tapos principal interest balance. We need principal payment, and then interest payment, and then balance. Okay. So, ang kailangan natin dito, class, is that kailangan natin ma-add how much was principal payment for 2022. Ang problema natin, ang ginawa natin dito is by month lang. So, you have to do this. I will not anymore. I will also share the video of my first class kasi doon medyo na-discuss ko. Pero it's hindi naman siya earth-shattering. It's just a matter of dito. So what we can do is make this as an index. And then this is the month. And then kailangan natin mas-aggregate yung month at sa year. So for example, since nag-loan tayo ng October, di ba? So ang first 2 months natin is November and December. Okay, and this is 2022. Okay, so we'll just have to populate this. Okay, unfortunately, guys, walang shortcut na unless mag-coding tayo na pwede nating gawin dito, no? So let me just illustrate the first part. January, February, maybe I can already baka ma-recognize yung pattern. Yan, pwede na. So hanggang December to, right? And this should be 2023. No? Okay, or 2023 type natin. Okay. Highlight 2023, control enter. Yan, yung buo. No? So, gagawin na naman to, control C, control V. And then highlight nyo, class. Highlight. 2024 i-type nyo. And then control enter para lahat nakagad. Right? So, and then, so anyway guys, hindi ko na i-illustrate sa inyo to. So, pwede natin i-copy yung dalawang months yan. Control C, control V. Okay, para mas mabilis yung copy. Tapos ito naman, okay, hanggang December. Okay, type 2025 and then control enter. All right. And so on and so forth hanggang ma-populate to. So dapat ang ending nito is ano dapat is since nagsimula tayo mag-loan, magbayad ng November, dapat ang ending niya October 2037. Okay, so now that you have the months and the years, you can now dito 2022, 2023. So we can populate this, no? Home, series, columns, increment of 1 until 2037. Hanggang 2037 yung loan. Okay, there. All right, what we need to do is add, okay, principal. Magkano ang principal payment sa 2022? So di ba sa 2022 dito, dalawa. So we need to add these two. Is equal to sum Nitong dalawang to. So yan ang principal payments natin for 2022. And then guys, it's 1 minute na lang time na. May I have just a 2-minute extension? Okay lang ba sa inyo? Just to explain this, permission, with your permission, class. Kasi I'm discussing to you how you'll be answering your assignment. No? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, salamat ha. Okay, how about the interest? Ganun din, for 2022, it will interest. No? Add natin to. Now, for 2023, ang i-add natin sa interest, itong 12 na to, di ba? Pati yung principal, ito. Alright, now, ang problema yan guys, iisa-isahin natin yan. So that's not an efficient way to solve it. Okay, so ganito muna gawin natin ha. Okay, I'll first reposition this kasi insert, no? I'll make this first. Anong ginawa ko? Ginawa ko muna itong interest para kapareho nitong ano. Ibababa ko rin to. No? Let me put this down first a bit. Okay. All right. So interest, ang kailangan natin, class, isang formula. No? Isang formula para mo-compute ko yung interest. Tapos pwede kong i-copy yan sa principal. Okay, kakopy ko sa principal. Tapos si balance will be yung 4 million minus kung ano man yung sum ng principal payments for 2022. Okay, so the formula that you'll be using is sum ifs. I'm not going to teach you how to do this. Okay, research nyo kung paano nyo ma-add lahat ng mga interest ng 2022, 2023, 2024. Isang formula lang yan guys. Ha? Isang formula na ikakopy ko yan sa principal. Pwede. Kasi si principal, ito naman yung i-add natin. Pero pare-pareho lang years sila. Okay? And then yung balance will be yung 4 million, yung loan amount natin, yung loan amount, okay, that one, minus yung principal natin. Okay? Yan yung una. Kaso, ang problema guys, paano yung pangalawa? Yung pangalawa, dapat, pag kinapi natin to, ang ibabawas sa dapat, this principal plus this principal. Kasi 2 years na yan, di ba? So 2 years dapat ng principal na ibabawas. So what I want you to do is just one formula here. Copy sa lahat guys hanggang 2037 para makuha natin yung balance. If you're able to do that, then mapaplat nyo na to. So your assignment is to do that table and then plot it. Okay? The better looking your plot is, the more points. I'll give instructions and I'll create a folder for you to submit your in Excel file itong ganitong plot. Okay? And then you can do some, pagandahin yung plot nyo, guys. And I'll give extra credit for that. Okay, so thank you so much, class. Let me stop recording first. I will